Hello everyone, I am Kuldeep Yagik. So I am back after a long time. So today we will discuss about management responsibility as per ISO 13485 2016 standard. Yes, so I have started this series long back in, but it was some other work where I got engaged, so I could not able to complete this on time. But now uh, we will complete this particular stuff for ISO 13485 as a series. Okay. Yeah. So actually, what is management responsibility as per a standard? Okay. So here I have captured some of the content here, which could be useful for you while reading all these. Okay. Or while watching the video. Okay. So this commitment. Okay. So why it is so much management driven, this particular standard? Because everything comes from the top. Okay, because top leadership takes the actions, they decide the actions. So that's why this standard is more emphasizing on the top leadership or top management. So that's why top management shall provide evidences of its commitment to the development and implementation of quality management system and maintenance or its effectiveness by. So how they have to demonstrate their commitment, okay, communicating to the organization and importance of meeting customer as well as applicable regulatory or requirements. So they have to communicate the requirement of a standard. How they can communicate? There may be various way, talk or displaying policies, quality policies. Okay, because quality policy is that's something they have to imbibe the customer satisfaction or regulatory requirement there. Okay, so that's why how they have to emphasize the quality policy. Okay, and they have to establish the quality policy and they have to emphasize also among their in the organization. Okay, and they have to communicate to the organization. Okay, and ensuring the quality objectives are established. Or management have to ensure the required quality objectives are established and followed. And time to time, they have to review also whether quality objectives are met or not. Okay. And ensuring the availability of resources. The top management has to ensure that the required resources are available enough. It is not like that, okay, that one function is fully equipped and other function is not focused on. Okay. For example, they are more focused on, let's say, sales and service. So sales and service are more fully equipped with the resources, but on other side, you are not having resources to the production or not having the resources of quality systems, okay, or customer care or R&D if they have. So they have to think about all the organization, all the responsibilities, authorities, okay, and with respect to all the functions. Okay. So the intent of standard here is to assign responsibility to top management for establishing and maintain an effective QMS. So here the intent of a standard is that management have to show the commitment. Okay. And so that management has to monitor and implement whether effective QMS are being followed or implemented. So who is the top management here? The top management is person or group of people who direct control your organization at the highest level. So what they say, like it is not like that management manager somewhere in between middle management. No, this is the top management who is directing or controlling the organization. Okay, for example, the CEO could be the top management. Okay, and executive leadership could be top management or MD. Okay, so these are the top management who are core responsible for profit and loss. Okay, yes, so they control the organization. Okay, and has the power to delegate the authority because top management only can delegate the responsibilities. It is not like that someone middle management or middle manager can delegate the authority. It is the top management who has to delegate. Okay, provide the resources within your organization. Okay, so management has to provide the necessary resources also. So what is the requirement? So commit themselves to the QMS by the defining quality policy which express their commitment to implement and maintain QMS. Okay, compliant with the ISO standard and applicable regulatory requirements. Okay, so why it is like that applicable regulatory requirement? Because this standard is not covering the regulatory requirement. This standard is emphasizing that QMS should ensure that regulatory requirements are met. And each country or each competent board authorities, they can have their own regulatory requirement. Okay, so that's what they have to ensure. Okay. And establish measurable objectives that ensure the QMS operates in a compliance with ISO 13485 and 485 also. Promotes the QMS and communicate your organization QMS value through quality policy, quality objectives, ensuring that QMS is functioning in management reviews, supporting QMS training of staff, supporting the quality staff, leading by example, allocating resources for the QMS. Okay. Yeah. Review that QMS is functioning, suitable, adequate, effective through periodic reviews of the QMS elements, identifying QMS issues and addressing them by decisions, actions, and provision of necessary resources. So they have to conduct management reviews periodically. Okay. And what are the consideration for top management? They are ensuring that the sequence and interactions of processes are designed to achieve a planned result effectively. Okay, so what it is saying here, okay, when we are defining a QMS or preparing a QMS for any organization, okay, so that should be designed uh, in a way, okay, that each process should interact with the another process, okay, and there should not be any hindrance in between. For example, let's say uh, um, incoming let's take example of product realization. Okay, so for example, there is design and development. So then how the design and development, what are the input for the design and development? Okay, what are the output for design and development? What are the associated processes? What are other related processes? Let's say risk management. So how risk management is interacting with the design and development, how procurement is interacted with the design and development, and how um, product realization means tech transfer or design transfer to the production activities, those are interacting, and how customer input, okay, or user need are interlinked with design and development. Okay, so top management has to ensure that all processes should be interacting with each others. Okay, process should not be run in the isolations. Okay, and that's how management has to ensure that resources are available to drive all these processes. Okay, one person cannot do all the activities. Okay, yeah, ensuring that the process input and activities and output clearly defined and controlled. That's we discussed monitoring input and output to verify that individual processes are linked and operate effectively. That also we discussed identifying hazard and managing risk. Okay, so risk and management part. Okay, so it is not like that. Means what are the business risks? Okay, what are the process risks? Okay, product risks. So they have to identify those hazard and manage risk. So it is not like that management has to do all these activities, but management can have a adequate resources so they can do the activities. Yeah, and they can management finally review them in the periodic reviews or management reviews. Okay, and conducting data analysis to facilitate necessary improvement of processes. So data analysis may be of multiple processes, QMS processes, okay, or production processes, uh, complaint data analysis. Okay, so all these analysis are required so that areas of improvement could be determined from there. Identifying process owner and giving them responsibility and authority. Okay, so they have to identify the particular owner that responsibility could be given to them, or they can give the authority also, like who will drive this activity, or because there used to be authority, responsibility. Okay, so responsibility, like I have to do this task, so that is my responsibility. But whether I have authority to take a decisions, that comes from the authority. Okay, that my decisions will be followed, because when top management will assign me as a authoritative person, then other people will listen to me. Okay, because it is not like that I can force everyone to follow the process. Authorities are given to me, and it is communicated like, okay, this is the person who is taking the, or who is has the authority to drive the quality management system or this process, or let's say product release. Okay, so then that person or that designation have the authority. Okay, managing each process to achieve the process objective and ensuring written agreements with the third party in place. Okay, so these third party may be our suppliers, okay, service providers, or any other um, any notified bodies. Okay, so these are the third parties. So next is management responsibilities to focus on the customers. Okay, top management shall ensure that the customer requirement and applicable regulatory requirements are determined and met. So what are the customer need? Okay, what actually customer is looking for? What is the customer requirement? So that has to be documented. Okay, and top management has to ensure that they are meeting. Why customer? Because customer is the top person. Okay, or customer is mm, uh, at the top in the organization. Okay, because if the customer is there, then only the business are running. Uh, so here, like intent is like how this could be done. Okay, so we have to ensure that regulatory requirements are met, international and national standards requirements are met, customer requirement for product or services, including usability requirements, customer complaints, feedback, benchmarking, market needs, statics, and forecast information. Okay, so these are the input, and then where it can be verified. So those processes would be there, like design and development process, as I was talking all these in the previous slides. Okay, risk management, management reviews, complaint investigations, corrective action, preventive action. Okay. So these are the steps where these things can be verified. Okay, and what could be the output of this? Okay, so design and development of new product, redesigning of existing product, new and labeling, new or revised labeling, advisory notice or other actions, risk management reports, files, risk management and improvements, quality planning, quality objectives, processes, process or procedure revision. So all these could be output of the activity which is we are doing over there. Okay. Moving to next one, here is the management responsibilities. What are the management responsibilities? So management has to ensure that quality policies are documented, approved, and communicated to all the stakeholders within the organizations. Okay, so how that communication could be? Like we are displaying, we are giving the trainings. Okay, maybe while conducting management reviews, we are emphasizing that everybody should know the quality policy. Okay, and we periodically review that quality policy are still effective or meeting the quality regulatory requirements. That's how they have to do it. And quality policy will drive a quality objectives or plan. Okay, and as I said, it should be reviewed continuously. The quality policy should communicate your top management commitment to quality and their overall vision of what quality means to your organization, business, and customer. Identify clear quality objectives that are directly relevant to your organizations and customers. Okay. Quality policy should be visible, active, and effectively communicated. All employees need to understand the quality policy and how it affects them. So all this top management has to ensure. Okay. I'll give you one example of here. So let's say you have one quality policy, okay, that we are building a product which is a safe and effective, okay, because we are talking about ISO 13485. So I see. So we are manufacturing or providing a medical device, a product that should be safe and effective because it's medical device and meeting the customer requirement, regulatory requirement. So this could be a policy, but how we ensure that in terms of objectives? So we have to uh, take the object or decide the objectives. Okay, let's say, for example, how we are ensuring that the customer requirements are met. Okay, so then one function can have the objectives out of it. Okay, and then those objectives could be distributed across other functions because we are talking about the interaction of the processes. Okay, so one function to another functions. So that's how the process goes. Okay, for example, let's say uh, there is one objective on the supplier quality. Okay, that a product should be improving. Okay, or we have received a lot of issues last year. Then we decided new quality objective to improve the supplier performance. Okay, so, but only the supplier quality as a function cannot improve it. Okay, that supplier quality need a input also. Input from where? Production. Okay, what are the feed issues they are having? Okay, or customer complaint. What kind of customer complaint we are having? Their investigation and outcome of investigation. Is it really from the part or from the supplier? Okay, then that should be very much effective. Okay, and R&D. Okay, because because while designing of the product, we did define all those part and all those things. Okay, so how those designing things are ensured the quality of the part initially. Okay, if we are doing something in between that product already in the market, then we have to ensure that we are if we are changing any design of material or any new material or new supplier, whether our initial design is still intact. Okay, do we have to perform any other studies later on? So all those activities has to be ensured in this process. Okay. Uh, so this is how like we are processes interacting our quality management principles are met. That has to be ensured over here in terms of quality policy and quality objective. And top management has to review all these things in their management reviews. The next one is management responsibility. Okay. So in that management responsibility, next section is the quality objective. Okay. So because they have to review it periodically, okay, including those that meet applicable regulatory requirement and for the product establish functions and label within the organizations. The quality objectives shall be measurable and consistent with the quality policy. Top management ensure realistic and measurable quality objectives that are consistent with the quality policy are established throughout the organizations. Establish quality plan to meet defined objectives. Quality objectives do not include financial, health, and safety environmental objectives. Okay, because here we are talking about uh, product quality. Okay, if it is safety, then it should be a patient safety, not like EHS kind of thing. Okay, establish time frame to achieve the quality objective. So quality objectives should be measurable. That's what the requirement says. They have to define the time frame. Cascade quality objective to each function and department. So individual functions should not be taking the responsibility like quality is owning the quality objectives, other functions do not. It should not be like. Okay. So, how the quality management system planning? So, once after the quality objectives are defined, then we have to do a thorough planning, okay? Because it's measurable. The time frame should be there. There should be milestone between, let's say, we have taken quality objective for a year. Then what we are achieving in January, March, or quarter wise, okay? So those milestones should be defined so that we can achieve the quality objective. It is not like that first quarter, second quarter, we did nothing, but in third and fourth quarter, we are doing multiple things. Okay. Yeah, the integrity of the quality management system is maintained when the changes to the quality management systems are planned and implemented. Okay. So here we can see like how it is done: quality policy, quality objective, regulatory requirement, organization scores, QMS standard, change required, and the output will be the quality manual and supporting documents. Because the quality policy or quality objective we have, we can document the quality manual process, we can perform the gap analysis, assessment of effect of on the QMS and the product produced under the QMS, actions plan, result of the action plan. So all that activity we can do that while reviewing all these things. So next portion is responsibility, authority, and communications. Okay. So means top management shall ensure responsibility and authorities are defined, documented, and communicated within the organization. Top management shall document the interrelation of all persons who manage, perform, verify work affecting quality, and shall ensure the independence and authority necessary to perform these work. Okay. So it means who is responsible for the particular task. So that responsibility matrix should be prepared across the organization for all the functions, and it should be communicated. And who are the authority there? Okay, because responsibility could be multiple person, but who is take who is having the authority to take the decisions? So all that has to be documented and communicated. Management representative. So this is the requirement as per 13485 that management representative has to be assigned by the top management who will take care of the responsibility of the quality management system that is effective and performing well. Okay. So how management will decide? Management has to find out the relevant competent person who know the QMS, okay, and who has the experience. Okay. So they have to identify the person and they have to give that person as a responsibility of management representative. And top management has to ensure how internal communication will be performed within the organization. Okay. That could be email, that could be some other form. Let's say right now emails are very much used. If sometime they are sending the notices, memo, so those kind of things, management has to decide like these are our official communication and we have to follow within the organizations. Okay. So moving to next one, this is management review. You can see over here. Okay. So as we were talking about uh, management review regularly, okay, in previous slides. Okay. So, top management has to conduct the management reviews. They have to be reviewing all these, okay, and the management representative will be there. All the functions should be there. So, how it is done or why it is done actually to ensure that QMS is operating effectively, okay, and what they have to review into that feedback, complaint handling or complaint process, what are reporting to regulatory authorities, audits, monitoring and measurement of process that could be CAPA or ISCAR deviations. Okay, monitoring of measurement of product means process variations. Okay, uh, production data, I will say. Okay? So that they have to monitor only. And the follow-up actions from the previous management reviews, change that could affect the quality management system. If there are any change implemented, okay, or any regulatory changes are coming in, so they have to review it in that particular forum. Okay. Recommendation and improvement, applicable new or revised regulatory requirement, and then output will be okay improvement needed to the QMS, improvement of the product changes need to be respond to the new requirement and resource need. Okay, so all that has to be documented in a memo. Okay, and that has to be circulated across. So, in effective way will be like if we are preparing memo, everybody is there in that meeting. Top management is there, management representative is there because it is management representative responsibility to ensure that the requirement of standards are meeting. Okay, because that person has to communicate to management or top management. These are the requirement. These things we have to review within the management review, right? These are the output or these are the challenges. So that all activity has to be driven by that management representative because management has given that authority to that person, okay, to drive the QMS or uh, to report them about the QMS status, how it is operating, what is its effectiveness. So that is how that person has to be driving or steering these particular meetings. Okay. Once the management MOM or management review report is prepared, circulate to all. Okay. Take out, prepare the actions. So what are the actions? Okay, or how it has to be uh, um, executed. Define the timelines. Okay. Assign the responsibility, and then in the next review, track them. Okay, monitor them whether it's implemented or not. Okay, what are the challenges, issues? Okay. So all those things could should be reviewed in the management review. That's how we can say that management review is effective. So that covers the clause 5 or chapter 5 for management responsibility. Okay. So in next video, we will be talking about the requirement of resources. Okay. So how the resource provisions are done. So that particular things we will be discussing in the next video. Okay. So till then, thanks. Bye. Take care. If you have any questions about ISO 13485, medical device QMS, risk management, UMDR, IVDR, FDA, 21 CFR 820, please send in the comment box. Okay, we will take those questions in next videos. Thank you.